Today, we are cracking open the playbook on something called customer experience. You'll hear it called CX, and we're going to explore how you can turn it into your most powerful competitive edge.
All right, let's kick things off with a really important question for any business leader out there. Do you actually know the gap between the experience you think you're delivering and what your customers really feel? That right there, that's the customer experience gap.
And this gap, this space between your internal company view and the customer's actual reality, well, that's exactly where value gets lost, where loyalty just evaporates, and where your competitors find their opening. Honestly, closing this gap isn't optional anymore. It's pretty much the main event in today's experience-driven economy.
So how in the world do you close that gap? Well, it all starts when you stop treating customer experience like some fuzzy, nice-to-have goal and start treating it like a formal, professional discipline that has a clear, actionable game plan. The Customer Experience Professionals Association, or CXPA, they've actually defined the whole profession around 5 core competencies. This framework basically gives us a roadmap. It takes us from understanding our customers and building a real strategy to measuring our results and, crucially, building a customer-first culture. It takes those vague ideas about being customer-focused and turns them into a structured set of skills that professionals can actually master and use.
So what even is a CX professional? This definition is so key. They aren't just working in customer service. They are a strategic catalyst for the business's results. They use their expertise to drive real, tangible growth.
Okay, so let's dive in a little deeper. We're going to look at some of the essential tools these pros use to really get inside their customers' heads and design these incredible experiences.
First up, personas. Now, instead of just guessing about who the customer is, CX professionals use actual, real data from analytics, from surveys, from the folks on the front line to build these incredibly detailed profiles of their key customer types. For example, let's meet tech-savvy Tess. She is not just a demographic, right? She's a busy yoga studio owner and a mom. And her quote here says it all. If I run into issues, I'll take my business elsewhere. So by understanding her specific goals and her fears, a company can design an online shoe buying experience that feels like it was literally made just for her.
Okay, next tool. We map out the entire experience from the customer's point of view using a customer journey map. And it is so critical to remember this is not a map of your internal processes. No, this is built completely and totally through the eyes of the customer.
It all starts with a pretty simple framework, just outlining the key stages of interaction. So in this example, for buying something online, we see the stages: searching for shoes, actually buying them, getting the delivery, and then finally, sharing the experience.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. This is how the map comes to life. We layer in our persona tests, and then we add real data. So take a look at stage 2. You can see your customer sentiment is negative. But why? Well, the data, the voice of the customer, shows chat transcripts where she's having trouble with the payment process. See? This is where a cool-looking chart turns into real, actionable insight.
And this just brilliantly shows the true power of the map. It completely breaks down those internal silos we all have. All of a sudden, your IT team, your marketing team, your sales team, your operations team, they're all looking at the exact same picture and speaking the same language, the customer's language.
So these tools give us incredible insight. But let's be honest, insight without action is just trivia. So let's move on and see how we actually translate these tactical discoveries into a powerful company-wide strategy.
So how do we use tools like journey maps to go beyond just fixing problems? Well, that's the difference between a reactive business-as-usual approach and a proactive CX strategy. See, business as usual is all about maintaining today's standards. A real CX strategy, on the other hand, fueled by insights from our maps, is about driving intentional change to design the future experience you want to deliver.
But look, a strategy is only as good as the people who bring it to life. Driving this kind of intentional change, it takes real leadership, and it takes a deep, shared expertise. It means you have to empower professionals who have a proven grasp of the CX discipline to guide the whole organization forward.
And this is exactly where the standard for that expertise comes into play: the Certified Customer Experience Professional, or CCXP credential. The CCXPs is, simply put, the global standard. It's a signal to the entire market that a professional has a proven, high-level mastery of those 5 core competencies we looked at earlier. It really is the benchmark for excellence in this field. And this globally recognized certification, it was established by the CXPA, which is the premier nonprofit organization that's dedicated to advancing and growing the entire customer experience profession all over the world.
So, for any leaders out there looking to build the strategic advantage in your company, and for professionals who want to be the ones driving that change, connecting with the global CX community is absolutely key. The International Conference on Customer Experience, ICX2026, is the premier event where these strategies are shared and the future of the field is really shaped.
Which kind of brings us right back to our first question, but now with a whole new perspective. Knowing that the tools, the frameworks, and the professional standards actually exist, is your organization truly ready to close that gap and compete on experience? What's your next move going to be?